Fateh just mentioned that last time in 2002 Denmark beat them in the group stages when they were in the same group. Now many people talk about the curse. 98 में France won the World Cup. 2002 में they had Denmark in the group and the curse bit them and they went out of the group stages.
Oh, that's a better version of a curse.
अगर if France ends up first in their group, then probably England comes to them in the quarters. लेकिन if France ends up second in their group and they beat Argentina, then quarters is the Netherlands.
We in association with Sporticos are bringing you something very exciting this World Cup season. First of all, sporticos.com, that is a great website. Do check it out. आप लोग को अभी मिल रहा है एक मौका to win an absolutely free jersey आपके टीम का or any other team that you would want. It can be football or cricket. Along with that, you would get something extra as well, bonus, as well as a potential to win a second jersey और आपके टीम का training jacket. जो procedure है for you to subscribe, that has to be done with the link in the description below. पहला ही line in the description contains that link. Do click on that. Do check out the procedure. Pretty sure that is a great deal. So thanks for watching. Do watch till the end. Hello. Welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. और yes, it's literally what? I mean, not even days away from the World Cup. और हम यहाँ पर है discussing, yes, the reigning champions of the world. भाई वो कर्स जो है 2006 से आ रहा है. आई डोंट नो हाउ इज गोइंग टू बी फॉर फ्रांस. प्रीटी श्योर दैट इज इन द माइंड्स ऑफ देम. वो आप डिनाई नहीं कर सकते एंड दैट इज अ रियल थिंग. एंड ऑब्वियसली फॉर फ्रांस आई हैड टू गेट ऑन समवन हु हैज वॉच्ड बोथ द ट्रायम्फ्स ऑफ फ्रांस, दैट इज ऑब्वियसली 1998 एंड 2018. और हु बेटर देन सादिक भाई एंड फतेह. सो सादिक भाई, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम अगेन. क्या लगता है भाई, कर्स आप बिलीव करते हो?
देखो, मैं बिलीव तो नहीं करता, लेकिन फ्रांस को एक दफा पहले लग चुका है कर्स. They won the cup in 98 and 2002. In historical perspective and in statistical numbers, they had the worst defense of the World Cup ever because they ended the campaign on 1 point. 1 point and no goal scored. The only point they got was a 0-0 draw. So that's the worst defense ever. So उनको already
they're better prepared. Put it that way. They're better prepared than the previous countries, especially Germany, जो हम बात कर चुके already. But Fateh, as in coming to you as well, as in talk about superstitions, you know, as in again, a lot of people say that Benzema not being picked for the last World Cup because of whatever reason, and now obviously, you know, he's been picked. हम बात करेंगे about, you know, the squads etc. in the future. But what do you think in terms of एक feel आती है ना with France that France has got a great squad, but there is always that something missing. I know last World Cup they did great, but in terms of chemistry, I know the Mbappe saga in club बहुत चीज चल रहा है. But what is your gut feel? France will do it? No?
My gut feeling is that they'll have a good World Cup, but they'll fall short. I don't think that midfield is as stellar as it was in 2018. I think 2018 everything clicked for them. They were, you know, other than the Argentina game, I think they were almost impenetrable at times. But this time, even when I look at that defense, we've spoken, I think, about PSG and, you know, the defense not looking good. So I'm not confident this time that France have the same verve to, you know, to defend their title.
Well, the time has come जब हम बात करें फ्रांस के स्क्वाड का, because unlike some other teams, you know, फ्रांस का I would say यार इतना controversy नहीं हुआ है. But you all know भाई, with France there is some controversy or another जो भी है. और हम खाली स्क्वाड्स की बातें नहीं करेंगे, हम करेंगे बात obviously which is the preferred 11, why France may or may not go out of the group और कहाँ तक जाएगी. So बने रहना एंड तक. So सादिक भाई, फर्स्टली फ्रांस का ग्रुप हम देखते हैं. सादिक भाई, हाँ आई नो फ्रांस बहुत इंजरीज के साथ है, हम स्क्वाड देखने वाले हैं सादिक भाई, बट व्हाट इज योर गट फीलिंग अबाउट दिस ग्रुप ऑफ फ्रांस?
ग्रुप है इनका डेनमार्क, ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड टूनिसिया. Now Denmark has been their bogey team so far. Even last time in the World Cup, they got them in the group and they drew against them. And we have all seen what Denmark did to them in the Nations League this time, defeating them in both the games. So Denmark थोड़ा सा उनके लिए मुश्किल टीम है. लेकिन seeing the group, even if Denmark beats France, I just recently saw Tunisia play against Brazil. As I was telling you guys, the Tunisia looked very out of sorts. I mean, they were a team that plays a low block and gets opened up. So you can just imagine that they are not a very good team as such on paper. And Australia again, I think they were lucky to qualify, defeating UAE and then Peru. And both games I think Peru वाला तो वो penalties में जीते थे, बिल्कुल sudden death penalties में जाके.
बिल्कुल,
correct. So it was not. So even if France loses to Denmark, I think they will still make out of the group. The issue will come after that because they may most likely end up facing Argentina as the group toppers in the previous group, that is Group C.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
वहां पे दिक्कत
नहीं
आ
पर
सकती है वो लोग.
yeah, the bracket is the issue for them because again, मतलब it depends on the other groups क्या होता है क्या नहीं होता है. But I know हम आएंगे predicted 11s and what not और जो आप चाहते थे जो नहीं है squad में etc. फतेह. But going by this bracket, आपकी क्या prediction है यार फ्रांस के लिए?
See, I think firstly, I'll just speak about Denmark. Denmark played France at the World Cup '98. France won that game 2-1. It was a beautiful game. And then Denmark beat France in the 2002 World Cup 2-0 in the group stages when the French went out. So this is a very healthy rivalry that they have. But yeah, I think France will probably get 7 or 9 points in that group. The only place where I see them going out is probably the quarterfinals. I don't think even in the next round, like if you can see, who are they likely to play though?
England, France.
अगर if France ends up first in their group, then probably England comes to them in the quarters. लेकिन if
Correct.
France ends up second in their group and they beat Argentina, then quarters is the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Again, मतलब talk about Netherlands यार यहाँ पर आ जाते हैं memories. लेकिन I think England France will be interesting. I know everyone remembers Euros, England France, back in the day with Zidane. Those days, who can forget Beckham, Zidane, in their prime. तो वो वाला याद आता है absolutely. तो interesting रहेगा. Again, मेरा prediction आप पूछो तो I am kind of going with Fateh as well. मैं जा रहा हूँ France till the quarter finals. Yes, and I'm seeing them getting eliminated by England. क्योंकि मैं बोल रहा हूँ clearly अभी क्योंकि England का video already आ चुका है and people have missed it. Do check it out absolutely. और मैं am calling that. Just a prediction.
वैसे
यार
थोड़ा सा
again.
You were saying
What Fateh
England
just
will beat Netherlands and France.
नहीं England France. I'm saying England France.
Fateh just mentioned that last time in 2002 Denmark beat them in the group stages when they were in the same group. Now
Yeah.
many people talk about the curse. 98 में France won the World Cup. 2002 में they had Denmark in their group and the curse bit them and they went out of the group stages.
Oh, that's a better
I
version
think-
of a curse.
So it's like a very strong curse on them right now. But group
one-
is easy, yaar. Group is easy to get out of. for
Once
France.
bitten, twice shy. मतलब I feel that France will still be okay. I feel I know injuries है. चलो हम squad की बात कर लेते हैं थोड़ा बहुत कि यार options क्या है compared to basically other squads. लेकिन हम mainly France पर ही focus करेंगे. Again, भाई सब लोग आप लोग बोलिएगा in comments कि do you think some particular player miss out हो गया है, major player जो आप सोच रहे थे definitely होना चाहिए था और that person is not there. But Sadiq भाई, as in it looks a pretty balanced squad. I know 25-man squad है. By the way, इसमें एक addition हुआ है. I think Thuram has been added as well as there's an injury to Kimpembe. So because of it, Disasi of Monaco अब आ गए. तो Sadiq भाई agree with those changes?
Absolutely. I mean, the one thing I think दो player miss कर रहे हैं इनके. In my opinion, एक तो obviously Mike Maignan should have been there. And I think honestly,
Injury थी
अगर
ना
आप
लेकिन
मेरे से
वही है.
हाँ, अब वही अगर आप मेरे से पूछो कि अगर Lloris के, I mean Lloris is the captain, so obviously he will start. But I think on form,
Future.
if Maignan would have been fit, he should have started over Hugo Lloris. And the second player I think many people will point out is Kante and probably Pogba. But I think on form, अगर आप देखो तो this is the most in-form midfield of France right now in club football. Even over the likes of a Kante and a Pogba. I mean Kante Pogba brings that experience. Obviously आप World Cup winner हो, आप जीते हो. लेकिन Kante अगर as a Chelsea fan you would know last 1.5 year or last 12 months of Kante has not been very good.
Not been
Even
good.
when he's been
लेकिन
fit.
वही है ना,
Even when he's
big
been
game tournaments, big game matches, I'll have Kante any day of the week. सच में बोल तो it's a huge miss still, I would say, just like a Pogba. वही है for France especially, right? But Fateh, coming to you, as in what do you think is a standout मतलब difference in this France squad versus previous squads? Obviously, where are you seeing some misses being कोई players को याद आ रहा है जो should have been there as well?
No, I don't think. I think this is the best that they can put forward, barring the injuries. So obviously, you want those injured players there. I mean, I totally agree. I would not have started Lloris over Mignon at all. I mean, you've been an AC Milan fan, Ankit. You've seen how good he was last year. The impact that guy
Signing
has.
of the season, I declared it.
Absolutely. So, him, I would have said. But again, injuries. I'm looking at this squad, and Sadiq Bhai said something about their formation. So if they are playing that 4-2-3-1, okay, I can see the likes of Chumeni and Kamavinga and maybe even Rabiot starting. But I'm still not convinced on that midfield. Like if Rabiot is your main, I don't know, he's probably the most experienced player of that midfield out there. And I've seen him at Juve. I know that he's doing decently right now, but I don't think that's the kind of player that wins you a World Cup. And midfields, that's what drives you to the World Cup.
One guy that I see probably, I don't know,
I think-
maybe a little bit unlucky, I would say. Again, as a Chelsea fan, I'm looking forward to seeing how does Nkunku do in such a major tournament. Again, I hope कर रहा हूँ, pray कर रहा हूँ. जो rumors है वो actually rumors नहीं है. There's more substance to it. Again, Benzema missed out. We all know last World Cup it was a huge kind of a uproar back then. Abhi he's back, but I think one guy that I think might be a little bit unlucky, मेरे ख्याल से in that forward line would be Musa Diaby. Anyone for Musa Diaby? I think he's a brilliant player. Honestly,
I think जो भी बात जो Deschamps ने भी बोली थी अपने उसमें that France was trying this 3-4-1-2 for the last 12 months, and he said no, he's looking to transfer to a 4-2-3-1 now rather than that, and actually a back four shape suits France better personnel that is there. But again, as history tells us, France has been its own worst enemy. They've had, as we were discussing, a peak Jean-Pierre Papin, Eric Cantona, a young Desai. I mean, all those players, and they missed qualifying for 2 World Cups in 1990 and 1994 with a prime team that could have easily been threatening to win that World Cup, basically. So, France वही करता है, and going into a tournament out, having tried out formation that you're actually going to try out in the tournament, that's a little bit risky on the part of Deschamps. But then that's how French teams are. They are very mercurial when coming into a tournament. On paper, the squad I don't think has any weakness in any position. I mean, for Brazil we can say fullbacks weak hai. For Portugal you can say centre backs weak hai.
Even for Argentina to some extent you can say, right? As in
exactly the depth and the quality depth might be an issue for Argentina. But यहाँ पे you have the Hernandez brothers who if you play a back four can play the left back for you. Right back पे आपके पास Pavard आ सकता है, and Koundé can cover. Back four में Koundé can be a very good right back.
Correct.
Cover for you.
So are you seeing him start at right back over Pavard?
I think it would depend more on matchups. Like say if you play Tunisia, you may go for a Pavard on the right back who can go forward a little bit more than Koundé.
Correct.
Or I think if you play a more say aggressive team, like say if you play in Argentina, so you might play Koundé just to shut down that left flank or shut down Lautaro Martinez specifically. एक आधा आउटलेट आपको अगर बंद करना है किसी टीम का, तो then you can play Koundé on that right side.
Correct. लेकिन I don't know, like I must say यहाँ पर I know Kimpembe is injured and I know there's a replacement already in basically Sassi. I was thinking that maybe Badiashile comes in. थोड़ा सा you can say that again for right back Jonathan Klaus, he has played in the past. Ferland Mendy, I think again आप बोल सकते हो he is a miss, but like Sadiq Bhai ने बोला that left center back जो है ना उनका जो pairing that actually works well for them, right? As in I don't think there was any reason for him to come in because इतने सारे defenders already है. So I think it's fair. Starting 11 अगर आप pick करो तो क्या Sadiq Bhai please.
अगर आप left center back देखो तो Lucas Hernandez has played left center back quite well for Bayern, and him playing right next to his brother. I mean, that's a combination. We talk about chemistry between two people. I mean, you can't have better chemistry than two brothers playing on one side of the pitch.
Yeah, and Theo's been very good for Milan, like driving forward. Theo Hernandez has been very good.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. He can own that entire left flank by himself. I know Mbappe will have a shout there, absolutely. But again, Mbappe के लिए I don't know यार. Fateh, I was coming to the starting 11 आपके लिए भी. तो starting 11 तो आप बोलिए whom would you start यहाँ पर? Assuming a 4 at the back system जो बोला है Sadiq भाई ने बोला in terms of the presser. But apart from that also starting 11 and who is going to be that standout performer?
Who starts? Because okay, like you guys rate their defense and midfield. I don't rate that midfield too highly. Having said that, but when I'm looking at these forwards, I mean, who all are going to play? Like, are we saying that Griezmann behind Benzema and Mbappe?
Yeah, I think that's what I think he likes to play.
I think it would be one number 10. It would be a double pivot in the midfield with one number 10 ahead of them and two wide players and one forward. So I think Benzema probably takes that striker slot. Yeah. I mean, on form, on everything. I mean,
4-2-3-1.
I think Benzema takes that. And Mbappe, if you read his latest comments for the PSG thing, that whole little controversy that was happening recently, he said, I like playing on the left flank more and I'm not allowed to play on the left flank and whatsoever. I think Mbappe takes the left, and I think on form, probably Dembele takes the right. But if Koeman is fit, because Kingsley Coman is coming off an injury, and Deschamps prefers Coman quite a bit because of his defensive work rate that he gives on that flank. So I think he probably might play Koeman on the right because Koeman can play both the flanks equally well, right and left.
Yeah,
So I think
agree.
Koeman can go on the right or. So if Koeman is fit, I would say Koeman plays there. And Deschamps will probably start in the first game with Griezmann as the number 10. He's one of Deschamps' trusted players.
Fateh ne bola midfield is not convinced. I have a question for both of you. In fact, like Chouamani, Kamavinga, everyone say by default. Lekin I think Sadiq Bhai Guendouzi hasn't. He's slowly but surely having as in decent, more than decent season, right? Matlab, Fateh, you have a point.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him play as well, Guendouzi, and he was right in there. Like I don't remember him being that attacking at Arsenal. Like he was right in the opposition's. I mean, it felt like this was a very aggressive player, and I don't remember that at least from his stint in England. And but I don't think he'll start. Do you expect him to start for France?
Well, Chouamani definitely starts.
Yeah,
I mean, Chouamani definitely starts. I don't think Kamavinga starts because Kamavinga, even the games for the last whole year, you see, जब भी वो Real Madrid के लिए start किया है ना, he's been a liability. His energy after 60 minutes turns to be more valuable because by that time the opposition midfield is a little bit tired, and then you can use him. I think probably the midfield pivot, if he's actually what Deschamps has said in his press conference, if he's going for a 4-2-3-1. So the double pivot, Chouamani definitely plays because Chouamani has had probably, in my opinion, he's been the best CDM in Europe this season so far. What he's played,
and I'm the biggest fan. As in people who watch the channel know that.
I think the partner for him, Deschamps trusts Adrien Rabiot quite a bit. And if you see what happened at Juve, the slight recovery that Juve has made in the league, that's more to do with using Locatelli, Rabiot, Weston McKennie, and asking them to just be three holding disruptive midfield, which is not actually their trait. You need to give them a bit of freedom. So since he has made Locatelli that holding midfielder and allowed Rabiot and McKennie to create in front of him, they have shown a little bit more creativity through the middle. I think so probably Rabiot will be the one starting, but if you remember the Nations League games, he regularly started a double pivot of Chouamani and Guendouzi.
Yeah. So let's see how it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think Chouamani with either Guendouzi or Rabiot, one of the two.
So I think we have the team ready. I don't know, the ये team is it good enough to top their group as well as again in my words maybe beat England or maybe not beat England if they get to that spot. If England get there, or by जैसे Sadiq bhai ने बोला it might be Argentina, Netherlands. A lot of permutations, combinations आ सकते हैं यहाँ पर, whatever it is. But again, great to have you guys obviously discussing this French squad. Pretty sure that it is I don't know, मतलब Deschamps का last stint, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he's going to continue after this, right? Wish him all the best. Again, he's got a great record.
Depends on the result.
Depends on the result, you see. Okay. देखते हैं, मतलब curse is on, as they say. what happens is probably time will tell, right? As in, again, World Cups, anything would happen, मैं तो बोलता हूँ. But yeah, certainly France, games are always good to watch in World Cups. I know recently they've not been doing well, but I think the Benzema factor coming to form at the right time will be crucial for them, in my opinion. Along with obviously Mbappe proving that he's got to be the next big element if he is. Let's see. अभी के लिए इतना ही है. So again, thanks guys. Do not forget to hit that like button. Of course, do not forget. We are always a fan channel for all to see, and a lot more content coming this World Cup season. See you.